Hello, how you doing? Hello, welcome. Come on in, come and relax, make yourself at home. Grab a pen and paper if you haven't already. I'm going to be sharing so much gold tonight, so you want to capture this and write it down. I'm Kat Millar, and if we haven't met before, I'm the owner of Amplify Influence, helping entrepreneurs, passionate entrepreneurs like yourself, to grow your business, grow a profitable business doing what you love. Tonight, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 non-sleazy sales secrets with you. So grab a pen and paper, get comfortable, get relaxed, and get ready to download these secrets. Now, I know a lot of us hate the word sales, and if you're anything like me, when I first started in business in 2003, when I left my corporate job and I became a personal trainer, I did not think of myself as a salesperson. I did not want to think of myself as a salesperson. I wanted to just be a personal trainer. I wanted to help people. I wanted to help people transform their bodies and their lives. And the thought of being salesy was just so disgusting and gross, and I hated it. And I remember going to this seminar once where the guy was like, right, raise your hand if you're in sales. And there's like 50 of us personal trainers sitting there and no one raised their hand. And he said, well, good luck ever trying to grow your business and get more clients if you don't think of yourself as a salesperson. And I remember resisting, even though he explained all the benefits of sales and you can't be in business if you don't understand sales. I just remember thinking, oh, if people want it, they'll come to me. If people want it, then they'll ask for it. I don't want to have to convince anyone of anything or feel like I'm pushy. And I just had this feeling about sales because of all the conditioning we've had around it. We've been conditioned to believe that we avoid salespeople at all costs, right? Does anyone relate to this? Has anyone ever felt like this before, where you hear the word sales rep or salesperson, or someone's going to come and sell to you and you're just like, so I was definitely like that. But as I went through the journey, as I learned that really sales is not about pushing or manipulating or trying to convince someone to do something that they want. When you are offering something that helps someone improve the quality of their life, when you help someone get more of what they want, then it's really not about the skill of selling, it's about the skill of influence and inspiration. How can you influence someone to actually want to change and improve their life? Because sales are not only the thing that helps someone to change their life because they make a decision and take action when they buy something, when they invest in themselves, but also sales are the lifeblood of your business. If you're a business owner, there's only one way to increase the number in your bank account, right? And that is through your ability to sell. Yet so many business owners avoid this skill because they don't want to be spending time thinking about something that they are actually resisting. So I want you to start thinking about selling as influence, the art of influencing and the art of inspiring someone to improve the quality of their life, to actually change. And if you're offering something that doesn't help them improve the quality of their life, then make sure that you create an offer that does. Because if you don't want to be selling what you're offering, then it kind of means that you don't have a conviction around what you're offering. So it's super important that you have something that you really want to share with people and that you're not afraid to actually show up and offer it to the right person, because it's really helping someone make a decision and follow up with the right actions to get more of what they want in life. So super important to learn to influence, and I've been studying influence for a few decades now. It's one of my favorite subjects to study. It's a lot of books in my bookshelf are about influence and helping people make good decisions and inspiring people to buy. And if you can really master this skill, it will be a game changer. Really, sales ability equals freedom. Your ability to sell is a direct relation to how free you're going to be. Because if you don't know how to sell, you can be great at marketing, presenting, content, helping people get breakthroughs, all of that. But if you don't know how to sell, that's that final piece of the puzzle that actually puts the money into your bank account. So I'm going to go through 5 non-sleazy sales strategies now. And I heard a statistic recently that I found quite interesting. 86% of buyers will actually pay more for a better experience with the coach or with the service provider. 86% of people actually pay more for a good experience. So people are wanting a good experience when it comes to buying from you. So here are some effective sales skills that really set you apart if you can do these things. Number one is preparation. Preparation. A lot of people aren't prepared when they get on a sales call, and they flounder about and they kind of mumble and ask random questions that aren't very helpful and do a lot of talking about their product. So really we need to flip it where the person you're talking to is doing at least 70 to 80% of the talking. With a lot of salespeople, it's the opposite, right? They're talking about their features and all the different things about their coaching program or whatever it is, where actually when you do your preparation, you get a great toolkit of questions to ask. You prepare your topic, you make sure that you thoroughly research and know your topic, your one thing that you're helping people to do, the one problem that you're helping people overcome. You want to research your client situation so you're super clear on their pain, their problems, their dreams, and their desires. Those are the 4 things that I'm always thinking about. What are my clients' pain and problems, dreams, and desires? Where are they trying to get away from, and where are they trying to get to? You need to be prepared and understand your ideal clients' pain, problem, dreams, and desires so that you can have really great phrases that you can use to help people have a breakthrough. Really, like, good selling is about coaching and helping people have a breakthrough and actually have a paradigm shift, have a realization that they need to invest in themselves to get a result. You also need to research and understand the market. So the trends, what's happening in the marketplace, what's current right now. Like if you're in health, what's happening in health globally. You need to know, like, economically. Also your competitors, what are your competitors doing? You want to make sure that you really understand your industry. So that's number 1, is preparation. I recommend a really good toolkit of awesome questions that you can ask. So for example, when I jump onto a discovery session or some type of clarity call with people, I'm always thinking about all the powerful questions to help them describe where they are, the powerful questions to help them articulate to me where they want to be, the best future self that they have, the vision that they have for themselves, and then also the challenges and the consequences. So I do this ABC process where it's, where are you now, where do you want to be, and what's the challenge that's actually in the way. And with the challenge, I also go into what are the consequences of changing and what are the consequences of not changing. And a lot of people aren't willing to do this because it's not easy to ask someone, hey, by the way, if you don't change, tell me what your life's going to be like in 12 months' time. Or how about 3 years' time? Right? It's kind of, I don't want to ask that. But I used to avoid that question. I remember being trained. I used to work at Les Mills, which was a big chain in New Zealand, and some of the best systems in the world, and their sales systems were immaculate. And the scripts that they gave us had this question, if you don't change, what will your life be like? And I just never used to ask the question because I thought it was a bit salesy, But then I realized that I'm actually doing them a disservice if I'm not willing to sit in the pain with them and kind of like get in the hole with them and say, hey, I feel you. Let's climb out of this hole together. If I'm not willing to do that and actually be willing to have them feel their pain, which doesn't feel pleasant, but if your loved one, imagine you have a loved one that was about to die of cancer, lung cancer, and they kept smoking. You would do anything to help them to want to give that up, right? And that's about caring for that person. someone wouldn't say, oh, you're pushy for trying to get that person to change. You love them, you care about them, you want them to make a good, healthy decision. So I think about it like that people don't often think about the trajectory that they're on. So it's really important you do your preparation, you get ready with some really good, powerful questions that just bring things to the surface for people. You're not causing pain, you're highlighting, if they don't change, what the pain is actually going to be like in the future. And that's actually part of caring for people. Hey, welcome those of you who are on here live. Hey, Donna. Hey, Lisa. Oh, thank you. Lovely. Thanks. Lovely. Josh, wow, I'd pay more for a great experience. Yeah, for sure. It's worth it, right? Hello, Lisa. Good to have you on here. So, preparation is the first non-sleazy sales strategy, is to get really prepared. Make sure you understand your topic, your client, their pain, problem, dreams and desires, and also the market. The second strategy is positioning, or the second secret is your positioning. Now, when it comes to positioning, there are two main positions that I recommend that you have. The first one is a position of credibility. So making sure that you highlight your credibility. And the second one is humility. Credibility and humility. And you want to have a sweet spot in the middle. So you don't want to be on this end of the spectrum where you're just blowing your own trumpet and talking about how amazing you are, and the person's like, oh wow, they're a bit up themselves. And you don't want to be down this end where you're just like, oh no, I'm not, I'm okay, but there's probably other options out there. You don't want to be that. You want this sweet spot where you are so strong in who you are and what you offer. You have conviction, 100% conviction, certainty and confidence. Those are the 3 C's in selling that you absolutely must have. They are crucial. You need conviction that what you're offering is valuable, that it's going to help them to get the result that they want. You want to have strong confidence. Like, can you imagine buying from someone who's not confident, who's like, okay, like, if you want it, then it's quite good, like as if you're going to buy from that person, right? So confidence. And also you want to come across as certain. You've got certainty about what you're saying. Super important. So your credibility is your just highlighting your strengths, your experience, your credentials, your expertise, any qualifications, your skills, your knowledge. All of those things are important for people to understand. Now, I don't usually do those on a call, but I will do those through my content. So people will understand my credibility through my videos, through my content, through the website, things like that. So you might just drop in a credibility piece in your sales call. You might say something like, oh, hey, well, over the last 17 years of working with hundreds of business owners, I've realized that what most business owners struggle with is their ability to sell, and helping so many people now to improve their sales skills. I know that I could help you. So that's just dropping in like a bit of a credibility piece, making sure that you have a humble energy. You have humility when you're presenting your credibility. So humility is all about gratitude, being grateful, saying things like, I'm so blessed that I learned from some of the best teachers in the world. I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity and the resources to invest in incredible teachers and learn this stuff. I'm so blessed that I've been able to work with so many people and been able to distill my knowledge down into really concentrated, organized knowledge so that you can benefit from that. That's being humble. It's acknowledging your mentors. It's acknowledging that that you've had to learn from someone, right? That you're standing on the shoulders of giants. And also just coming across with that humble tone and putting your system on the pedestal, not you. And this is key. You don't want to put yourself on the pedestal about how amazing you are, because you're just all that. But you want to say, hey, I've been so blessed to have learned this stuff, to have applied it myself, to have experience, to have worked with these people and created a process, created a system, which is like your signature system, and you put that on the pedestal because it's something you created, right? That they can help. And that's the client journey. That's the process that they're going to go on. So positioning, credibility, and humility. It's really important in that call with your credibility that you're the leader, that you're leading the conversation, you're not being led. You want them to feel that they're in safe hands, right? That you know what you're doing, that you are taking them on a pathway, and that it's not like, oh, hey, how's it going? So tell me what you want. You know, you've got a process, you're prepared, and you're leading, but also that you're in control. You're listening 70 to 80% of the time. All right, how are we doing, team? Is everyone good? Donna says false humility is so awful. Yeah, I hate that fake humility. It's not cool. So definitely sweet spot is key. Yeah, for sure, Donna. All right, number 3 is presence. Presence. So there's 2 things here. One is being present, actually being really, really present to that person, being in the moment, noticing what they're saying, how they're saying it, what their body is saying. Remember, our body has a language, our body speaks. So if you're on a video call, if I'm on a video call with someone that I'm helping, or it's jump on a strategy call or something like that, I'm not just listening for the words, I'm listening to the tonality, the body language, what they're not saying. I'm looking for every little sign to see if they're congruent and aligned with what they're saying. Like they might say, yeah, I'm really committed, but obviously their body and their tonality was completely out of alignment with what they said, right? So you've got to be so present to catch those little things, those language cues, those non-verbal cues. So you really got to be in the moment. Give me a yes in the comments if you've ever been in a conversation and you felt like that person is not listening to you. You just know, like they might be kind of there, but you just know that they're not listening to you. Their eyes are all over the place, or they're looking away. Or give me a yes if you've ever experienced that, like someone's just not listening. You can tell, right? And even if they're kind of faking to listen, you can feel if they're not present. You can feel if they're thinking about the past or the future rather than just being here right now in the moment with you. And holding that space and listening intently to what people say, really being present, you can pick up so much about what people are saying and what they're not saying, right? And how does it feel when people aren't listening to you? It feels terrible, right? And then you think of the flip side, when people do deeply listen, and you can tell they're not just silent, but they're actually responding and reacting to what you're saying, and they're repeating back your power words, your emotional words. It feels amazing. So we want to be super present, make sure that we are tuned in and understanding what they want, that we're repeating it back to them and saying, hey, have I heard you correctly? So we're not just being silent and making notes, but we're saying, hey, it really sounds like that's important to you by the way that you shared that right then. The other thing is your presence. Like your presence is crucial in a sales conversation. So you want to make sure that you're coming from a place of genuine curiosity and heart and caring, because a person will feel that, right? People pick up on that kind of energy. So your presence needs to be strong, certain, confident, have a conviction like I mentioned, but also be caring, coming from a place of love, like really, truly, deeply caring about this person's outcome. Yes. Hello, Jessica. Hello, Val. Hello, Diego. Good to see you here. Hey, Melinda. So good. All right. So the other thing with presence is when I'm looking at someone, no matter how different they are to me, no matter what they're saying, whether I agree or disagree, or whether, whatever, my thought is always, how can I help this person get what they want? How can I help them get what they want? This person can achieve anything. This person has all the resources that they need. This person has the power. This person is capable. This person has everything they needed within them to succeed. And I'm just constantly having that as, I guess, like my presence is that energy, because that's the thought that's present in my mind at that time. Okay, number 4 is prizing. Prizing, and this is all about prizing yourself. Now, with prizing, it's thinking you are the prize. Now, this doesn't mean that you are better than them. It doesn't mean that, you're both equal people, but you've got to remember they have the problem and you have the solution, not the other way around. A lot of people go into sales calls as though, oh my gosh, I've got a problem. I need to pay my bills. I need to sell to this person. I'm the one with the problem and they're the one that are going to pay my bills. That's not the energy that you want to come across as. You want to be totally detached from the outcome, like absolutely committed and caring to them, about them and their result, but detached from whether they buy from you or not. And that's knowing that you're the prize. They don't get to work with you if it's not a match. You don't have to convince them of anything. So I've heard it described as like cats and dogs. You know how those really excited puppies, they come running up to you and they jump and they're like, pay attention to me and love me and, give me pats and everything. And then you think about a cat that just kind of is sitting there licking itself, preening, grooming. I think I had a combo of preening and grooming. Just, sitting there, and it's like, you come to me and pat me because I'm the prize. Now, I'm not saying we'd be like that, but if you just think of that contrast, you don't want to be that really excited person that it's like, please, 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 please pay me attention. It's more about like, hey, you're coming to me because I've got a solution to your problem. All they have got is money. You have got a fast track to get them a result. And you only need a set amount of clients. Like if you're a coach, for example, you don't need hundreds of people. You might only want to have 10 people or 20 people. So it's important that you fill your calendar with people that are exactly the right match. And that is about prizing yourself as the prize. And then number 5 is playfulness. Be playful. So you've got to be a little bit just relaxed about the whole thing. You've got to be, I remember being trained in sales once. I used to do sales for a company, a personal development company, and they would always say, just be cheeky, be fun. Don't take it so seriously. Don't come across so formal and professional like you're following some script, Just let it go. Be light. It's either a match or it's not. Give me a yes in the comments if you've ever bought something because the person you were with was playful or cheeky or fun, or like you've given an extra tip to a waiter because they were just really fun, or you just bought something because they said to you something like, oh, go on, you deserve it, or oh, come on, help me out, or they were just a bit playful. I remember I used to watch The Apprentice. Did anyone used to watch The Apprentice? Oh my gosh, I love that show. I've watched them all multiple times. And when they were out on the street selling, the ones who were playful, they always got the sale. Like the ones who are just out there with energy and not so stiff and serious, they were always the ones that won. So you're more likely to buy from someone if you're having fun, if you're enjoying yourself, and that's sometimes really hard for us because we get so attached to making the sale that we forget to just let go, be light, and just be relaxed. So I'm just going to do a quick recap for you. So 5 non-sleazy sales strategy. Number 1, preparation. Number 2, positioning. Number 3, presence. Number 4, prizing. And number 5, playfulness. So pop in the comments box which of these five do you want to work on? Like, do you want to work on prizing yourself more? Do you want to work on just being more present and coming across with a strong presence as a leader, as someone who's credible and humble? Do you want to work on your preparation? Do you want to work on prizing yourself, being more playful? Which ones, working on your positioning? Which one out of those 5 do you want to work on? If you are having any struggles at all with sales, if you find it hard to know how to use these types of techniques, or if you find that you're just not signing up clients and you're struggling and you want to understand some toolkit, if you want to have a toolkit of really powerful questions and understand the strategy to really be able to influence and inspire someone to buy. If you haven't already had a free session with me, I do offer an application for a session where it's a 45-minute strategy session. You can talk about any aspect of business. You could talk about sales, or you could talk about your marketing, your content, video, presenting, technology. You can talk about anything you like in that session, but we work out a strategy for the next thing that you've got to work on in your business. So whether that's a strategy for running an event or doing Facebook Lives or creating a funnel, whatever it is, whatever you need to get more clients. If you haven't already, I'm just going to pop the link in the chat box here that you can apply for a call. This is ideal if you are a service-based passionate entrepreneur, if you're a heart-centered entrepreneur that really wants to help people and make more money. There's just a few questions that you can fill out there to apply for that if you haven't had one already. So one thing I just want you to think about as we finish up is, what's one action that you could take based on everything you heard tonight that's going to help you be more efficient and more effective in your sales process? So just have a think about it so that you have a really good return on investment for your time of being here tonight. What's one action that you would like to take to apply this information? So really good to see you. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your week, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. I show up here every Wednesday at 8 p.m. So I look forward to seeing you again next week. Bye for now.